My name is Tabangwenya and I'm from Oliver North Bosch Secondary School located in the northwest of Centurion here.
And what have you learned today?
What I've learned today, okay, it was quite fascinating, but what I've learned is that it's important for us to engage with our leaders, get them to know our intellectual, how we view the world, how we see the world comparing to them since they're old. But since they're old, but I believe that if we guide them and tell them what we see, our own point of view, I believe that, and engaging with other guys from different schools, it was quite fantastic.
Okay, and what do you think about the boys concept?
What about the boys concept? I believe it's one of the most important concepts since really we boys were left out and everything was about the girls and all that. Since now it's what about the boys? I believe that's a big question that our leaders have to answer to us. What do I think about it? I think it's one of the most initiative that we should take place. Yeah.
And what question did you have for the president today? Did he answer you?
Yeah, well, I was not happy about that, the gay answer. Since we're having a lot of gays that are currently in closets, since then I asked about what other initiative are they taking to raise awareness of gay people. But then the answer I got, yeah, it was, but I wanted to know what are the huge measures they're willing to take in order to raise awareness. And I asked about boys reporting girls abuse and stuff, the girls that are abusing guys. The answer that I got, it was quite impressive. But then I feel like maybe if he said they'll work on better. What was his answer? Oh, his answer was that try to train the cops to be sensitive towards the guys and stuff. But I believe if maybe they start on local police stations, because that's where these we find those cops who actually judgmenting the men who report females and stuff. So I believe maybe if the president was to say we're gonna recruit more cops that are actually intellectual and who have leadership potentials to understand the situation between men and women, who will have liberation between the two. Yeah. Thank you.
I am Kitumits Kekana from the school Oliver North Bosch. The site is a Centurion. Yeah, I school there. Then I came here to represent the school, obviously.
Okay, and where did you learn about this event? What about the boys?
I didn't learn it anywhere, but then I just found out about it since we were coming here. I yesterday that you are going to be opposing questions to the president. I asked so many questions about this. Then they gave it all to me.
Okay, and what question did you have for the president today?
Not much of a question, but then I was just telling the president of how our school celebrates these diversity of kids like Rena, the gay people. We are being represented. I'm even proud of being sitting here saying that OSS is the school, and I wish other schools could take Mayele from that school.
And what have you learned today?
What I've learned is that there is much to this too, as much as to women, because all this time women have been presented, women this, women that, and women have been taken they took so much consideration into them, forgetting that there are men out there, not knowing what feelings do they have, how do they feel, not bringing them upright or how do they feel about this whole process of gender-based violence.
Okay, and any message to your peers?
My peers, guys, hiding is not right. Just guys, get out. I know it's hard. If I know it's hard because we are being killed. Gay people are being killed, every single year, there is a lot of mass murders of gay people. So guys, be true to yourself. There isn't any such marvelous thing than being true to yourself. Thank you.
I'm Pilar Derachweni. I'm from Olivet Road Post Secondary School, and the school of welcoming and supportive people like me.
And what did you learn today?
What I learned today is that as men we have to support each other and reach the requirements of having each other's back, not being laughed at us and all these things. But as men and not find a meaning of being strong by beating up another kids or bullying some kids at school.
And what question did you have for the president today?
What I had for president is that accept lesbians and gays just like our school did.
And any message to your peers?
My message to the peers is that they need to get educated and be there for each other and not lose hope in whatever that they be doing in their life. Whether education is hard for them, they must have a perseverance that each and everything that they do in life has an outcome for it, and they must be patient with it.
My name is Wakile Mazia, a grade 10 learner representing Namidi Secondary School. I feel like today wasn't really a success because I know for a fact they'll only do this program once and not the way they actually should, but then there were a few things that I actually learned. And then my question to the president was, since in our societies there's a mindset a man shouldn't cry, a man shouldn't speak up about their feelings, and then he didn't really answer my question because he only made a joke about it. But then there were a few things that I did learn. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Okay, what did you learn?
Okay, I actually learned that we should give boy children more attention like we do with girl children, because instead of focusing on the victims, why not fix on the perpetrator's side? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and any message to your peers?
I would love to say to my peers, especially boys, right? We should respect women, make sure you don't hurt them, because we are the future and we must raise a nation of good men.
Hello. My name is Unkwana Mukashane, and today I came and had an absolute experience with the president, and I go to Namedi Secondary School. It's a school like the best one I got right now, and I learn a lot. And today I learned that GBV, teenage pregnancy, we must respect women as we are men. We cannot bully women and expect that those women can come and benefit us in life. So we gotta respect women, cherish them, be kind to them, and respect them. Become a team, be together and unite as one as South Africans.
So any message for the boys?
For the boys, I had an experience that this bioscope, What About the Boys? It was actually, it had that feeling. I felt pity for them, changing, fighting, So my message for them is boys, keep a low profile. Just be you. Do not change who you are because you're gonna impress some girl. What if she likes you for who you are? Be yourself, be kind, and keep pushing forward to be a greater person.
A good day, everyone. My name is Tawan Kumalo. I learn in Bona Comprehensive School, located in Soweto, Orlando East. So today what I learned is, as a man or a young man, you should not be afraid to express your feelings on how you feel. And I have a message for all the young men out there. Guys, you shouldn't be afraid to express how you feel. And being tough doesn't mean that you should abuse or do sexual intercourse with a girl without their permission. You shouldn't force yourself into them without their permission. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Hi to everyone. My name is Emihle. I'm from Bona Comprehensive High School. What I learned today is that as a young man, you shouldn't tell yourself ukuthi vele uwe ndingumXhosa mna apha endikhulele khona abafazi zizinto ezimina yonke into kwitshaba lwethu. So the question that I had for the president is that we as the people who are living
in townships asinalo usapho okanye i-safety because abantu bethu sibulalana every day, we die. Like I don't know what's going on in the Black nation and the young men of today. So the message that I have for the young men out there, or boys, everyone out there, is that it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice.
Hello everybody, my name is Arabile Mapiri. I'm from St. Cynthia's Boys College, but then today I came as a representative of the Johannesburg Student Council. Over there, that side, my delegation is that I'm the junior mayor of Johannesburg. And so during this event, one of the questions that I posed for Cyril Ramaphosa is specifically, I was making context to what we had in South Africa of the past, where we have single parent households and that we have these forums for these kids that are falling into gangsterism, etc. But then the question I posed to him was that the people that we actually want to address are outside of this event. So what were your solutions to be able to combat this? Because the true people that were speaking to are the boys that are bunking school, that are falling into gangsterism, drugs, but then they're not coming to these forums. Yes, we're helping out the boys that are here, but then the true majority were not speaking to them. So that was the question that I posed to him. And then some of the suggestions that I also posed was like, we could have masculinity talks where they go to school, they add that in the curriculum, where it's a space where boys can just communicate with each other, speak freely and openly, and where they can learn at a space where they go to every single day, and then they add it in the curriculum. And then a message that I just want to send to my peers is that, guys, we need to really be responsible. I think there's a point in time where we need to stop blaming government, but then we start taking initiative and action for ourselves, whether that be trying to learn from the mistakes of our past, learn from our parents, the messages that we try to put out, can we learn from them, and that we try to become better as the youth, because eventually the older government members, they're going to go away, and then it's our job to go out there and try and fix the problems that we have as the youth, whether that be falling into gangsterism, whether that be bunking school, whether that be GBV, etc. We need to speak out, we need to do work. The president can do only so much, but then we have to do the bigger part of the work. So that's my message to them. Stay alive.
From Johannesburg Student Council Maraketo Sacred Heart College. So then kajeno na neke impressed by the level of efficiency this thing brought, because what's our president, there's not many dialogues mara when we do things like this, we engage more with the president and we feel like we're getting our problems heard. So then kajeno neke posed a question airing what are we going to do about young men's mental health? So then I was pleasantly surprised by the president's answer, because like lately we know about women's mental health, we know about other people's mental health, but then we never extend it to men. People mention that suicide rates are mainly by men. People mention that men, but then what do we actually do in order to fix masculinity to the point where suicide is not an option? Because much of my peers are turning to drugs, much of my peers are turning to other things, but then I want them to turn to positive solutions, where they go to therapy, where they seek solutions instead of killing themselves, or killing themselves in ways they don't know how. So then kajeno nekele presently surprised with the president's answer, and ko batho ba ko hi, hello, hi mom, I love you. Yeah.
My name is Bonolo Victor Mlevi, but I go by Victor, and I represent Namedi Secondary School. Well, today I learned a lot of things, but I would say that we are the future of this generation. The key statements that Mr. President told us, that never abuse women. Violence is not the key. The key is sit down with your partner and also talk about the things that are happening. Like, for instance, some people, let me take an example. Like my friend used to be abused by his father and his mother, but he died due to this abuse. Yes. So what I had a question for Mr. President was, how can we fix gender-based violence in relating to us as a unit, and also how can we free gender-based violence in our country? Yeah, thank you.
Today, my name is Riza Saluji and I'm from Greenside High School. I'm in grade 11. Today was all about young boys and developing us into a way that is not only better for society, but so that we can treat women better. And if we can give women equal opportunity and equal rights, there won't be a need to have the situation of where women are given more opportunity. So my question for the president in today's event was that, yes, while What About the Boys program focuses on societal impacts and the way we nurture it, along with apartheid and in terms of how poverty has stricken the youth, the older generation, how is it that he is going to deal with this poverty of fathers who are absent and fathers who are not there? How is it that he plans to, because these children have all been affected, and how is it that he plans to implement strategies to deal with this? My second question for him, and I don't think I got an answer, but it was just that personally to him, what does it mean for him to be a man in his eyes, and what does masculinity define to him? The answer I got on the first one was a generic answer that I was satisfied with. The second one, he did not answer directly, but I think in his whole speech you got to see what he believes masculinity is about. Thank you.
My name is Dylan Harry. I'm a student at Greenside High School. Today we had a very, very educational talk with the president about trying to grow into young men, making sure we take the right developmental path as we get older. I did ask him about domestic issues like domestic violence and like what the government's plans are to try and like cut that down and make sure that it's actually targeted instead of just raising awareness about it, because it hasn't been very helpful, as we can tell. And he did say that one of the most important things is to make sure that it's a very well-known fact and that people shouldn't be scared to come out about it, and make sure that their cases are well-known. And yeah, so to the peers that are listening, don't forget that we have people here for you and that there's more to life than just school.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tano Balu, and I have a little message for everyone. Kukuba, it doesn't mean that you're a man. Kukuba, there are some times where you have to share emotion with abanye abantu, to get help. You need to uthetha nabanye abantu ukuze ukwazi express feelings zakho, abanye abantu baku understand uba ngumuntu onjani. Inkosi.